Day 31 of 100 days of surrender. I just took Buckley's and I have no taste buds, so that's okay, but it is like burning a hole in my esophagus. It's fucking fabulous. Okay, I am about to teach the last layer of the Power of 369 in my retreat today. So it's Saturday, January 28th. I go live in half an hour with that crew. Um, And I'm sharing this because there's like this incredible shift has happened in my life. When I was working on the Power 369, Nikola Tesla had this moment where he had a download, and it's his map that we work off of. So if you just Google Nikola Tesla Power 369, there'll be like a circle with a bunch of lines in it and numbers, right? And I've been working on for a long time. I've been teaching quantum mechanics, how the quantum realm, you can use that in your reality. This isn't a sales thing. Don't worry. There's a point to this. A long time I've been teaching this and I've been getting downloads on it and studying quantum physics for well over a decade. Many courses, many certificates, many like all of the things. My brain was hungry. And this map comes into my life as I'm trying to navigate what is the Power 369 because it's out there. Everybody talks about the Power 369, but they talk about it from a mathematical viewpoint, which is phenomenal. Like, I love numbers, I love math. That's my inner dork. And so I stared at this map, and it's broken down in sacred geometry. There's a lot to it, but there's so much to it that I couldn't find anywhere, like anywhere. It is very heavily detailed, this map. Doesn't look it at first glance. Okay, so get to the point, right, Time? So one day I just like blew it up, put it on my wall, and start walking by it and looking at it and looking at it and looking at it. And I'm like, what is this? And the Power 369, we get what that does for the universe now. We understand the sacred geometry, we understand the power of that. But there's one quote from him, Nikola Tesla, where he's paraphrasing and he's saying something in and around. He knows that there's this unlimited isness to it that he can't tap into. And so I'm looking at that quote, I'm looking at the map, and I get this little itty bitty download that says, look at it through a different lens. When I did, the gateways blew open, and I understand that that map now has the way I perceive it, the way I look at it, the way I've broken it down, and the way I teach it is really how to alter time, your personal time space reality. Huge information came through, game changing for my career, game changing for my life, my manifestation, my alignment, dimensional consciousness evolution. Like, it's all in there. Okay. But it's all because I chose to look at it through a different lens. So this past 2 weeks, I have not brought this forward yet. This past 2 weeks, I've been, kind of exploring like what's out there. If I go out, I get asked on a date, I've got good vibes, right? Like, people just like my energy. I guess I get asked out a lot. It's not because I'm the prettiest girl or anything like that. It's just good vibes. And I'm kind of cool in a dorky way. So whatever. So I've gone on quite a few dates and, kind of explored. But the saying, look at it through a different lens. Look at it through a different lens. Look at it through a different lens kept coming through in all of my meditations. And I'm like, I am looking at it through a different lens. Like, I'm not looking at it for love. I'm like literally looking at like what's available in the world. And then a download came through to revisit my list of desires. I strongly suggest that you have a running list of your desires, of what you would love to bring in and experience in your reality. And for each one of those things, make another list for what it is you want to feel. So when it comes to what I joke about being my Viking, there is like, I am clear on what I want to feel with that. And while teaching this retreat, I was teaching the crew how to truly align energetically, vibrationally. So the law of attraction is like, boop, here within like a very short amount of time, by the way. Very, very short amount of time. You can bring anything into your life within hours. And so we were joking around because that's how I teach. I'm a big dork. And I was like, okay, my Viking, this is how. And so I went through the process of how pulling in, how simple it is. And as I did it, I felt him arrive. I was like, and I said to the whole group, I was like, oh, I think I just called him out. I guarantee you before we're done, he'll be in my life. So I'm not giving too much away. He is in my life. He's been under my nose for a very long time. Right there. And I wasn't looking through the right lens. And in one heartbeat, I'll give the details later, but in one heartbeat, my perception changed and it blew open. And that's it. Legit. This is it. And we were both aware of that. So here we are. And I'm sharing this because two things. I always say that, eh? I'm sharing this because somehow I have to like set the tone for what I'm trying to share. Because I'm Gabby McGabberson. Okay. What can you look at through a different lens in your life? Can you sit back and look at everything from your financial situation, your home, your family, your friends, your loved ones, your intimate partner? Can you look at it through a different lens? Because the moment that we get out of analytics, we have two operating mechanisms. We've got our ego self, our analytical brain, our human, and we have our soul, our compass. Can you look through the eyes of your compass, your soul, your isness? February is going to be, I said this in the last video, a massive month of transition. Beautifully so, if you allow it. And so what can you see differently? Yourself, can you go to the mirror and look at your body and see it for what it is? Your body has carried around everything that you have given it, every piece of smack talk, every piece of shame, every piece of junk food, every toxin, every energetic bullshit thing, and all of the good stuff. And it's still going. It doesn't want to be in disharmony. It doesn't want to be excessively overweight. It doesn't want to be being perceived as aging. It wants to be recognized as the vessel that is so persistent and determined for you. Can you look at your body differently? Can you look at just your surroundings? So that's what I want for you over the next like 24 hours. Can you look through a different lens? And then the other thing I want to share, and I've said this a lot, and it is very true. We get anxious. We get angst. We get like, oh, when, where, how, right? It takes a heartbeat for your entire world to change. It takes one heartbeat for everything to be completely different. It takes one heartbeat for your person to walk in. It takes one heartbeat for you to see the job post that is supposed to be for you. It takes one heartbeat for the law of inspired action to flood you with your next steps. It takes one heartbeat to receive a glance that says, good. It takes a heartbeat. So if you're anxious about anything coming in, and we get it, don't we? It just takes a heartbeat. Remind yourself of that. Everything is all about where we put our focus and our energy. Everything is all about how we choose to perceive. It's the science behind it, long and short of it. So can you surrender into the truth that it takes a heartbeat for your whole world to change, and stop actively aching and searching and trying, striving to find it? Give yourself the freedom of knowing, boop, boop, done. It's that easy. And then I want you to like sit back. What can we look at differently? All right, day 31, I'm going to log on to my retreat. The next one is in April. So this is the last time I get to teach live for a little bit. I'm gonna have a kick-ass day. And I think the Buckley's is finally starting to kick in. So here we go. All right, love you.